started on all those reviews I've missed.
Brandon.
Shannon? What you doing, buddy?
Brandon.
Something has happened. What do you mean? What do you mean? Where's Erica? Is she okay?
No, it's not Erica. She's fine. She's just at work.
Oh, alright, then what is it?
Take a look at the computer.
Okay. And what are you doing with Erica's laptop anyway?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Just gonna stay away from search history. Oh, what the fuck? So this is not the video that I wanted to make as like my comeback after making all of those Sweeney Todd behind the scenes vlogs, but you know, when duty calls. Speaking of those behind the scenes vlogs, if any of you enjoyed them and wanted to see more stuff like that, I don't know how many of you actually enjoyed them, because going by the numbers, either none of you did or all of you did. So, I don't know. But if you would like to see more content like that, I made a separate YouTube channel called Woodward Performs, where it is going to be nothing but behind the scenes vlog type content like I was doing with Sweeney Todd. I just figured it would be a fun way for me to like chronicle my journey, I guess we'll call it, into trying to become, you know, a better, more established actor. And I'm obviously not going to be able to vlog every single show or film or project that I'm on. It will be completely up to the director and the rest of the cast, because I would need everyone's permission, and it will also all depend on the contract of the show that I'm working on, if I'm able to show any of it. But yeah, if you would like to see more content like that, then please go on over to Woodward Performs and subscribe to that. I'd really appreciate it. Now, on to this nonsense. So I saw a friend of mine share an article on Facebook where Bill Skarsgard said that he and Andy Muschietti, more spaghetti, I'm really not, was that racist? But he and the director of the two It films are talking about making a third movie. And I don't know why. Now, if you've seen my two reviews, then you know that the first one I liked a whole lot. I actually gave it an A. In hindsight, that was probably a little high, but I was a lot more lenient. That was one of my first reviews, especially of like a new film, but I gave it an A. And looking back, I do remember that movie fondly. I haven't watched it in a while, but I do look back on it fondly. The second film, however, I think I gave it sadly gonna have to give It Chapter 2 a C+. I wasn't a fan. I had a lot of problems with it, and some problems that I didn't even get into in the actual review because I didn't want the video to go on too long. So when I saw this, I didn't really know what to think at first. I was like, this is obviously not true. But then I started seeing more articles across several different websites about this, and so I'm gonna have to assume that it's true. But at this point in time, I was just reading the headlines that Bill Skarsgard has confirmed that there's going to be an It Chapter 3. And I was like, well, okay, maybe it's actually this rumored supercut that I had heard about ever since It Chapter 2, like, first dropped. Like, I was hearing about it before I even saw It Chapter 2. And by a supercut, apparently it was rumored that they are going to take the two movies and edit them together to make one big long experience with a little bit of like new footage put in there to help like glue the two films together. And so I figured, obviously, that's what he's talking about. That's what he has to be talking about. There's no way they're going to make a third one, especially since they finished the story of the book. Right? Well, that theory was quickly discarded when I read Bill Skarsgard's actual statement, which I will read to you in full. Andy and I have discussed ideas for what a third movie would look like. I don't think it's quite what people expect. It's something different. The first two stories are the book, and the second film is the end of that story. So we would do something quite literally off book. There are a few ideas floating around. I feel like I've done what I can with the incarnation of Pennywise as we know of him, so I think it would be a cool idea to change up a few things. So, without getting into too much detail, there is a story that we're kind of excited about, but it's way too early to say. But we'll see. Okay, so it's not the supercut. It's something different. But oh, what could it be? Well, according to Skarsgard, the idea that they have is a prequel. The book ends where the second movie ends, so that is the final chapter of the story. There is an interesting aspect of going back in time before all this happened. There might be a story there that might be worth exploring. Obviously, that would be a story that's not in the book. It would be a freestanding story, but obviously within the same universe.
Huh?
Just, I can't wrap my head around the thought of them thinking that this would be a good idea. But okay, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they can actually come up with a really cool idea. I don't know what that would be, because like if we're going to like go into the backstory of Pennywise and just the creature of it, then you're gonna have to get into some super like metaphysical alternate dimension stuff that involves like parallel dimensions and a giant god space turtle, okay? And I don't know how well they can like wrap that in a movie that is going to like connect with modern film going audiences, especially the type of audience that was grabbed by those first two movies, which is usually like people around my age. Because a movie like that would not be very streamlined, very to the point, would not be very grounded or at all like just straightforward in any type of way. It would have to be very imaginative. It would have to be very out there and very words, Brandon. Use them. I'm rusty, guys. I'm sorry. All I'm trying to say is I don't know how well they would be able to do a premise like that for audiences to really grasp and enjoy it. Especially seeing as how It Chapter 2 just by itself did not live up to what the first one did. You can look at this two different ways. You can see it as Muschietti, I'm gonna say Muschietti, I think that's correct anyway, but Muschietti and Skarsgård looked at the reception that It Chapter 2 got and were unhappy with that, and they want to do something that they know will be even better, will be more well written, more connective with audiences, and they actually legitimately want to make a film that they know will grasp audiences better and they know will be better, because this is from what I understand, these It movies were not just a job for Muschietti, the Muschiettis, because it's a brother and a sister. It was not just a job for them. This was a passion project. They put everything that they had into that first film. So maybe they saw that they didn't really do that with the second one, and audiences saw that, so maybe they want to take this third film and really put themselves into it and really give the best film that they possibly can and make the best piece of art and work and best film that they possibly could, maybe to like make up for the downfalls that It Chapter 2 had. And if that's the case, then by all means, go for it. Do what you can to make a great film. Maybe going off book is what they need. Maybe they just don't need to be tied down to the already existing source material that King set out for them. Maybe they need to do their own thing with this character of Pennywise that they obviously care a lot about. And maybe they can make something great while making something wholly original. But the second option is they're just shitting out a third film so that they can milk this thing for every possible cent that it could ever be worth. It kind of seemed like they hinted at the idea of a backstory and a prequel in It Chapter 2, with like that old woman talking to Beverly being all like, my father was in the circus. Even to this day, I'm still not entirely sure what that was all about, because spoilers, I guess, but the woman like turns into this big naked monster, and it's Pennywise. It's Pennywise screwing with Beverly. So was that even real? Did any of that even matter? I mean, I guess it did, because a little bit later we see, I say a little bit later in a 3-hour-long movie, but a little bit later we see like Pennywise like doing his little shtick, but like makeupless, and like he looks like Bill Skarsgard with like just this permanent Pennywise smile. And so like, were they hinting at a prequel already? Because that's kind of what it seemed like. If that were the case, and that is what they're going to go with, then like, why would Pennywise have even said all of that to Beverly? Why would, like, what did that matter? What did that matter? Like, being all like, oh, Pennywise was like this regular ass guy in the circus, or Pennywise modeled himself after someone in the circus. Like, that's how he realized that he wanted to do the clown thing? Maybe? No, I could see him going with that. Yeah. But no, I don't know, guys. I just, as you can tell, I'm very torn on this whole thing. I don't know how I feel. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what they're wanting to do. But after saying all of this, it might not even matter, because if Muschietti is to be believed, then in another interview he said that there's no plans to make an It Chapter 3. There's no production in development. There's nothing going on to make an It Chapter 3. I mean, maybe it is just like Bill Skarsgård and Andy Muschietti just kind of like spitballing like over some drinks. They're like, oh, wouldn't this be cool? Oh, wouldn't this be fun? Or wouldn't this like look awesome? Or wouldn't this be a cool idea? Maybe that's all it is. Maybe it is just two guys like spitballing ideas of what would be cool at some point in the future as like this dream project, or oh, wouldn't it be awesome if we could make this? But as it sits right now, I don't think there is. I don't think there is going to be an It Chapter 3. I think that people just saw that Skarsgård said this and just kind of ran with it. As interesting as I think it potentially could be to see a backstory for Pennywise, or where he came from, or how he decided to like do the clown thing, because we know he's not actually a clown. He takes many forms, but the clown seems to be his preferred one. I think it would be a cool idea to see how all that came to be and actually get something about the turtle in film form, since neither incarnation of the character have gone into that. But as it stands right now, I don't think that they're going to, nor do I think that they should, unless they come together and make a really good, well-rounded script that really gets to the point, does not drag on, is not filled with useless filler. I don't want to see it. I don't want it. I don't need it at all. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really am glad to be back doing regular review movie type content. Sweeney Todd was a blast, but it is time to get back to doing what I do here. What do you guys think of the idea of an It Chapter 3 or an It prequel? Whatever you think, comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to check out my social media and my new channel, Woodward Performs. The links to all of that will be down in the description. But before you go there, don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe so that I can see you guys next time.